'cause your opinion don't matter. It's a maniac.
That's right, folks. Just like the song said, I'm back. I don't know about better than ever, but maybe I am, because as you can see, we got a little bit more visual aesthetics, as you will. I'm wearing my KC hat. I got my Mahomes jersey on, and as you can see, we got some eye candy behind us. That's right. We are the damn champs. Back to back, baby. So maybe we are a little bit better this week. We're going to be recapping week 3, talking about the game. We're going to talk about how the Bengals keep bungling it up. A little Caleb Williams talk. And we're going to touch on how the Hunt family is just lining the pocket of these referees. All that and much more on this week's episode of Most Foul Chief. With that, hit the intro.
Murder, murder, murder! Most foul. Welcome to Most Foul TV. This is Most Foul Chief with your host, Dr. Penny.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Most Foul TV. I'm your host, Don T. Pena, and this is Most Foul Chief. We are in week 3, and your Kansas City Chiefs are still undefeated. 3-0, baby, in a nail-biter against them damn Falcons, and I will admit, I was a little surprised, a little shocked. I gotta give the Falcons credit. They're not the old Falcons. Shout out to Kirk Cousins. He's actually looking like a decent quarterback. And they look like that week 2 win of whoever, what they beat. They came back against, what's the Bengals? They might have been the Bengals. I don't know. I'd have to, hang on, let me look. I'll be right back. Okay, my bad. It was the Eagles. That's right. They came back in the end. Eagles fucked it up. And they had a last minute, like, fourth quarter comeback. They won by a point, 22-21. But yeah, quick, that beginning song before the intro there, shout out Eric Bischoff. That was, for you wrestling fans, that was Eric Bischoff's theme music, right? Just thought I'd throw that in there, it was kind of funny. But as you can see, kind of referencing that, we are back for another episode. I told you guys I was going to try to stay consistent, and we're back in the truck. I got myself a nice little long drive, bit of a long drive, we got time, and I started kind of thinking about this stuff, and letting the old gray matter there kind of start to spin, and I started to think of how I could make this a little bit more like pleasing to the eye, and it doesn't just look like some random asshole in a truck. It actually have some themes, and make it look like we're fucking talking about our goddamn Chiefs, the greatest sports team on God's green earth. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get to all of that. And, but yeah, so, I realized I had sorry about that, folks. I was having a little bit of a seatbelt issue there. I realized I had a flag, a Chiefs flag. So I was like, let me put that up in the background. Give us a nice, cool backdrop. And there we go. Hopefully by next week, I will have sorted out the sound issue too. I believe I have a way to solve that problem, so you won't hear as much of the rattling and the air noise and all that. Right now, these first 2 episodes of season 2, I'm doing it straight off the phone. I can do a little bit of video editing with the phone, which is fine. It's just the sound audio editing is, I can't plug into my sound software that I have on the computer, but I have a way to fix that, and I should be able to handle that by next week. So by next week's episode, we'll have some better sound, most likely. I've figured out a way, folks. And really all I'm fucking doing is I have a mini desktop that's about fucking yay big, and I just kind of buy myself a little monitor so I can have it off to the side to be able to access the computer, and then plug everything through my phone, and I'll be able to just shoot it straight to the, record straight off the computer to my little mini desktop, and I have my audio software on that, and I can edit everything through there, and we're off to the fucking races. So, let's get into the episode. I've wasted like 10 minutes of bullshit and behind the scenes stuff. We kind of wanted to talk about the change of the look here, and I guess it's good to address that, right? Our scenery. Let's get to the game. What a nail biter, right? Again, shout out to the Falcons. they seem like a legit team for sure. Like they're 2-1 now. I mean, the Eagles again. The Eagles suck. Like they're kind of, I don't know what to make of. I mean, I think they did win this week, so that was good. But so they're 2-1 now, I guess, right? I don't know what fucking Eagles thing is, but yeah, last week against Falcons they looked like shit and they lost that game. They came back this week, which was good. But the Falcons, they look with Kirk Cousins. I mean, they look like a good team. And the Chiefs doing Chiefs things. You know, we're fucking sleepwalking through our season as usual because we don't have to put up a good fucking game to win. And it's unfortunate. Like, and I'll be the first to admit, I told you guys I thought the score was going to be 37 to like 17 or something. I had the 17 part right. But I mean, I think again, I think part of the problem, they're going to get it straight, but part of the problem is again in the off season. I think Mahomes, you know, he prepared with Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, and Worthy once he got drafted, but really he worked early with Hollywood and Xavier and that group of receivers. And I think he was looking forward to that, and then like literally last minute, he has to adjust to that. You lose a key player, a guy that was going to be the extra piece to Rashee Rice, and you know, and take even more pressure off Kelsey, and then you lose that. Now we lose Pacheco, an important part of our run game. But I can't wait till next week because Clyde Edwards, or sorry, excuse me, not Clyde Edwards, he actually might come back too. I've heard rumors about that. But Kareem Hunt should be ready by next week. And that's going to make a huge difference. Watch. Carson Steele, hey, he had a good game. He wasn't bad, but he's still a rookie. He's not Pacheco. P. Ryan looked great. He had some really strong runs. But it'll look a million times different, I guarantee you, with Kareem Hunt. If he's ready, he should be ready. I mean, he might not have an explosive game, but it's going to be more consistent. And he'll be able to catch out the backfield. That's going to help. So that's another threat. People are going to sleep on him. Watch. They're going to sleep on his ass. And he might have a big game out the game. So don't worry, folks. But we'll get to all that. I want to try to go in order of kind of some things here. And I'll get to the game. And I'll be 100% honest. I watched the whole game, but I was kind of watching it a bit distracted because I had on a toddler. I was occupied for most of the game. So, so I had it on my phone, but I wasn't watching as closely that I normally would. But I definitely saw it enough, and especially some key plays that I'll get to, and just like the intro and all the stuff I talked about. But let's go through my first set of notes here. Let me take a look and we'll address some things here. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, the Bengals. That's the first order of business. The goddamn Cincinnati Bengals, the rival to the Chiefs, right? Where they at? Where are they? Like 0-3, and it's glorious. You lost to the Washington Commanders? Really? The Commanders? It's hilarious. I mean, the team that's supposed to be, now they might turn it around. They might come back in, later in the season because they always do start off kind of slow. But 0-3 is pretty bad. Hang on there. Those are just 0-3 is pretty bad, especially to the Commanders, man. Like Jesus. Now they have a rookie quarterback. Well, you know what's funny about this, and I got into my next set of notes here that I wanted to touch on. Jamar Chase, where you at, homie? I thought you guys were the team to beat. Everyone knows it. You're the team to beat in the AFC West, right? Or sorry, the AFC. You're the team to beat. Everyone knows that. It's not even, you know what I'm talking about, right? Roll the clip. Let's hear what Jamar Chase had to say about that like 2 weeks ago.
Jamar Chase talking to the reporters. He was asked if the Bengals are, quote, in the mix in the AFC this season. Chase not only agreed, he went a lot further than that. Listen.
Do you feel like y'all are still top of the AFC, like in the mix to win the AFC each year? I mean, what do you feel like y'all are?
Yeah, 100%. Everybody knows that, bro. It's not no if. You know what I'm saying? We are the team to beat in the AFC, and we know it, and we got to act like it, and we got to play like it too.
Okay.
Apparently not, homie. Apparently not. You're 0-3. And you lost to the Commanders. Cam Taylor-Britt can't seem to take his foot out his fucking mouth. So, I heard this late. I was watching the tail end of the game here. So it's Monday night after the games are over. And apparently, Cam Taylor-Britt, whose name I couldn't remember last week, I remember this week, I had to look it up, talking all that mad shit and still got burned on a straight go route. But all he does is run straight. Like, yeah, and you can't stop that either, apparently. But said some more dumb shit this week to the Commanders when asked about their offensive scheme and all that, and he basically said something along the lines of, they don't do that much, and they keep it simple. Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, roll that clip.
Yeah, composed. They don't make them do a lot, so they keep it really simple for them. Nice college offense. Kingsbury's the OC, so a little move guys around here and there, but just keep it real simple for him. I heard his pass percentage is very high, but he's only throwing short routes. Some intermediate stuff, quick throws.
They keep it simple for him, huh? He's running college, yeah. Like, real apparently. It was so damn simple, those motherfuckers put up like 36 on you or some shit. What was that score? I mean, damn. So, that was so damn simple, y'all can't defend it. You dumb bastard. Keep your mouth shut, Rook. You ain't shit either. Like, that's what makes me laugh about the damn Bengals. They're starting to become the Raiders. Really. Like, you guys are the Raiders. You got nothing to show for your fucking talk. That's all you are is talk, just like the bitch Raiders. Like, I mean, hilarious. They got stomped out this week too. It was great. All teams that I wanted to get stomped out did, with the exception of the Broncos, which, I mean, that was shocking. They actually won one. I mean, you can't lose them all. I guess you could lose them all, but they won one actually. So, good for them. And then the Bills are really the only other team that we ever have to worry about, like the Bengals, the Bills, the Ravens, those teams. But the Bills are the ones who they only seem to be putting up a fight. I mean, they're 3-0 just like we are. So I guess they're going to be, the team this year again, and we're going to have to stomp out in the fucking playoffs. That's fine. Been there, done that. But, yeah, man, hilarious. Fucking bungles doing bungle things. You're all a bunch of idiots. Keep your mouth shut and, actually focus on, maybe actually winning a game before you start talking shit. So, let's moving on. Wanted to talk about Caleb Williams real quick. I know totally, I'll get to the game. I'll get to our Chiefs. But I'm going to try to do this moving forward. I'll touch on other football subjects before we go straight into the game. Because I just hear stuff. I'm a football fan, man. And so I just hear other stuff from other teams. I always think it's either funny or ridiculous. Caleb Williams, I don't know what this dude did to piss off media, national media. I don't know. I mean, or any media really. This guy, I've never seen someone come in with this much hype while at the same time generating insane amount of hate, and to the point where people make up shit about him. Again, I mean, Andrew Luck was probably the guy closest that came in with an immense amount of hype. Even Joe Burrow didn't come up with this hype. Instantly before Caleb Williams ever took a snap, before he was drafted, months before, even before his season ended last year in college. They're saying, the next Patrick Mahomes and blah, 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 and all this stupid shit. And it's and again, I may have mentioned this in the other video. I do understand why people say some things like that. If you've ever seen, him play, Caleb Williams, he has Mahomes style plays, or Mahomes-esque. Yeah, he's Mahomes-esque. Is really how to really. He plays in a Mahomes style of football. right? He does the sidearm stuff. He runs across field and off his back foot will throw across his body to a receiver on the other side. You know, he does the no. I don't know. Maybe he does the no look. I've never seen him, but he moves around. He's mobile and he does like off script type of things, a la Patrick Mahomes. So people made that comparison, and that's fine. Like, there's going to be a lot of young quarterbacks over the next 10 years that are going to have the Mahomes style of quarterback because they grew up watching him. The guy's a 3-time Super Bowl champion and he's only 29, so it makes sense. If you're going to emulate anybody, you're going to emulate the champ, right? So I get that part, but, you know, pump the brakes on comparing him to Mahomes, because regardless of Mahomes' athletic ability and his arm, the thing that really makes Patrick Mahomes is his killer instinct. It's that Michael Jordan, just cold, I'm going to win no matter the fuck what. And it doesn't matter what the score is. It doesn't, you know, he doesn't panic. It's killer instinct. It's clutch. It's that clutch gene. Caleb Williams doesn't have that. Or at least not yet. Okay, and I made this point before. I may have not made up video. I probably said this on like Facebook or other things, but prime example of the difference. Caleb Williams, I may have mentioned this, I don't know, whatever, I'll repeat it. But Caleb Williams was on USC, on a good goddamn team, and he lost. Okay, whenever he faced stiff competition, the higher ranked college teams, he lost. So if he was supposed to be as good as Mahomes and all this, the next, you know, great thing, you should have been undefeated in college. You should have won a national championship. Mahomes got to where he was at because he was on the shittiest team, or one of the shittiest teams in college, and had to put up 56 points almost every game. That kind of, like, punishment, that kind of adversity every single game created Mahomes. It put him in a mindset where he just, no matter what, he never gave up because he knew if he did, his team was done. So that got ingrained in his mind, whereas Caleb Williams kind of got things handed to him. He goes to a good school. Again, I'm not saying he didn't earn his scholarship or whatever, but you went to USC, an already respected, established program. Now you got a bunch of people telling you you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and then you have talent on your team. So now you're believing the fucking hype. You don't have to go through adversity. You don't have to suffer and put up 56 points in every game. You have a bit of the reputation to lean on, and maybe he did. You know, so there's a huge difference. There's a huge, to me, that's a big reason why you get players that are created like a Patrick Mahomes, to a certain extent, or to a lot really, I guess. I'll even say it like a Tom Brady, coming from a small school, not highly drafted, knowing that you had to struggle for everything you did. Isaiah Pacheco, 7th round running back, right? All of that kind, all those types of players have that extra gear to prove themselves. That doesn't always happen. That doesn't mean that if you're 6th, 7th round, you're just automatically great. Obviously, most of them aren't. But the ones that are, there's a reason why sometimes they're better than the so-called number 1 draft picks, because they haven't had things catered to them. They've had to fight and claw, and they remember. Once they start winning, they remember what it's like to be shitty, and that's the difference. But sorry, I want to go on a rant there, but which I already did. I apologize. Caleb Williams, what I wanted to talk about is I don't understand the hate for him, or the amount of hate. People make up stories about this kid, and they blow shit up out of proportion. Again, I've already said what I said about the moment. You're getting kicked, you know, pump the brakes on the comparison. But just because other people are saying that doesn't mean he's saying it. And you hear stories like when before he was drafted, that he wanted to become, he wouldn't sign his rookie contract unless the team agreed to give him a part ownership in the NFL team. And like, what? That was a bunch of bullshit. He never said that, but people believed it. He never fucking said that. There was all kinds of stuff, like all kinds of stupid stories that came out that were just completely a lie. And this weekend, last Friday, was kind of another example of that. They lost after last week's game when they lost, and on Thursday. It wasn't even, it was Thursday. It was this week. Thursday night football. After their loss to the Texans, C.J. Stroud goes up to Caleb, gives him the typical shake, handshake and all that, which a quarterback's mean, gives him a little words of encouragement, and then pulls him back because he was still talking to him. And like Caleb kind of tells him like, "Yo, cool, good game," and you could tell Caleb just thought that that's all it was going to be. Started walking away, but CJ wanted to say some more shit to him, and so he kind of grabs him over and come back, young buck, and gives him a little words of encouragement. I saw the clip, and I saw nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, roll the clip.
Good job out there, bro.
Yeah,
hey,
keep going.
Stop taking those hits.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, learn from those mistakes, and everything that you got, bro, is in you already, bro. You're gonna be a hell of a player in this league. Yeah. All right, boy.
Appreciate it.
For sure.
See, nothing wrong. I didn't see nothing wrong with that. It's a very cordial meeting. Like, he's upset, but he's not like, people are trying to, CJ Stroud tried to sun him, or he's not trying to get sunned. Like, as if he was like, fuck you, I don't want to hear it. Like, and that may be a little bit of what he was feeling, but again, not because he's trying to disrespect CJ Stroud. He's pissed off he fucking lost. How many people out there, when you've lost a game, just even regular, you'd be playing street football, basketball, hell, playing Monopoly. No one's ever fucking happy when they lose. And then the winner comes over and tells you a good game. In your mind, you're like, fuck you, But I didn't see anything wrong with it, and people blowing it up out of proportion. It's fucking stupid. Like, what are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with that. It looked completely normal to me. It looked like every other quarterback winner to loser interaction that I've ever seen. So, but it's odd that as soon as Caleb Williams does something like anything, it's just blown out of proportion. I do not get it. I get how people hype. They blow up, overblow hype, they overhype athletes all the time. We see it all the time. So that's not surprising. What I'm surprised at and kind of tripping out on is the hate. Like, I don't understand the amount of, like, just weird lies that they make up for this poor kid. Like, and I had said it, I knew that this was going to happen. I knew that he was not going to succeed early because the hype was too much. I seen him in college. He's good, and he may be a great quarterback, but he's not ready. And when he lost to higher competition, as much as the praise as he had, you should have won if you're that good. If you have, because then you're supposed to be able to carry the other talent on your team, and the ones that aren't as talented, you're supposed to be able to uplift them. That's what champions do. That's what the great ones do. And he didn't really do that in college. It's not to say he won't. He's just not going to do it now. So this high expectation, they're going to the playoffs. Oh, they're going to be Super Bowl contenders. It's all a Crocker shit. No, bro. Earn it. But with that said, I still don't also think that he deserves the crazy hate. It's weird. It's just weird. So I don't know who he pissed off. I don't know what network executive's wife he slept with or flirted with. I don't know. It's just odd. It's odd, man. So, moving on. Let's get to it. Week 3. Continue on our conversation about the game itself. Like I said earlier, shout out to the Falcons. It was a weird, tough game by them, but they look like they're going to be legit. So, and good for Kirk Cousins, man. After that documentary, I became a bit of a fan. I always used to kind of talk crap about him, and he kind of won me over in that documentary there. So shout out to Kirk Cousins. They put up a fight. They're going to be good, or at least compete. But and we touched on a little bit of why I think the Chiefs are struggling. Just unexpected injuries, and it's enough. Like, again, there's a reason why I got this banner behind me that says champions, because that's what they are. Even their shittiest, even at their worst, they're still winning. They haven't even played their best football, and they're still whipping the shit out of these teams and kicking their ass and finding ways to win shitty, right? I mean, Mahomes is pressing a bit. I don't understand that. That interception was stupid. There was no need for it. But again, he's kind of forcing shit. I think getting a little impatient because he knows the weapons he has and he wants to, air it out and get back to the air raid offense and the Legion to Zoom 2.0 kind of thing. And I think he rushes that. Like, he's like, come on, I know we can do it. And he's been forcing that, and that's led to the damn, really annoying interceptions that he shouldn't really have had. But he'll take care of that. He'll fix it. Kareem Hunt is going to add to that. I guarantee it. He's going to add to fixing that. And, once Juju had a great touchdown this week, that's another week in the offense for him. In the next few weeks, he's going to be that much better. So once Juju gets up to speed and is comfortable, you have more lanes opening up. Rashid, hell of a fucking game by Rashid Rice. He's definitely establishing that he is the number one wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe he has, he's the NFL leader in yards after catch and broken tackles. I don't have that statistic with me, but if I can find it, maybe I'll throw it in a quick edit. But yeah, he's phenomenal. Travis is, hasn't had a big game, but that ain't nothing. I mean, again, people are making, it's his age, blah, blah. Bitch, they're double and triple teaming him. What do you expect? It was the same like last year. Now until Worthy had a quiet game again, rookie, I don't expect him to have a game that he had week one. And now I also think part of Xavier Worthy's thing is they're also not unleashing him yet. I mean, the routes that they give, if you look at some of the big plays, it's almost like, well, Xavier could have did that. No, he was targeted a lot. I know he dropped the one in the end zone or got blocked. I kind of blame that on Mahomes. He could have threw that better. He could have threw it quicker because he had a lane. There was a part before he even hit the end zone. Mahomes could have chucked it, and he waited. And again, I think it goes back to a little bit of the trust. A little bit of the trust factor. Mahomes ain't there yet with Worthy. That'll get there. But I also think if they need to design, I think better concepts for him. They to really utilize that speed. Now, maybe some of it's his fault. Maybe he only absorbed so much of the playbook and they're not giving him all of it. They don't want to overwhelm him. I get that. They do it with the rookies all the time. So, but if he is anything like Rashid Rice and picks up as quickly as he did, which I think he will because he had better routes, in college, I think by mid-season he'll be just fine. And then you're going to have, 2 3-headed monster, Juju, Xavier, and obviously Rashid Rice. So it'll get there. The game did not definitely go the way I thought. I thought we were going to really blow them out. But the Chiefs are starting slow. They kind of always do. So it's not really shocking, but it's a little disappointing because I was hoping for 30, 36, 40-point kind of games. And now the schedule has been a monster. Look, we have the Ravens, the Bengals, the Falcons who look legit, who've been putting up, a fight, and now they're 2-1, so they're legit. Now we got the Chargers, a division rival, and they're coming to LA, and shit, I'm mad that I'm not going to. I didn't know. I didn't look at the schedule closely enough this season. I know they're coming here that freaking early, so that sucks. But maybe I'll make it out to Arrowhead later this year to see them beat the Chargers over there, or any team for that matter. It doesn't really matter, but maybe the Raiders. That'll be fun. But yeah, so they're coming to town. They're coming to LA, and we're gonna wax that ass too. Fuck the Chargers. But shout out to the other members of my family who are bullshit Chargers fans. My sister Jeanette, her husband Tony, bitch ass Charger fans. But whatever. They wanted to root for an LA team, so because they didn't have one. And so again, tough schedule. People want the Chiefs. We don't get gimme games. We're not playing against like the Panthers or the Giants. Give us those teams for Christ's sake. I know they're in the NFC, but still, those are some gimme games. So let's get to the talking point that everybody wants to talk about, right? And that is how the Chiefs have the refs in their pocket. Thank you, Clark Hunt and the Hunt family, for those extra Benjamins that you be slipping into the refs' pockets. Don't be hating, because we got more money than you motherfuckers that we can pay the refs. You fucking idiots. Are you kidding me with this stupid ass horse shit? Oh, that was pass interference, blah. So fucking what? You know what I call that? I call that a wash, homie, because if it wasn't for the bullshit roughing the passer call earlier before that, the Falcons would have even had 14 points. Okay? The Chiefs and Chris Jones had a fair shot, sacked Kirk Cousins, and it would have been 4th down, and they would have forced a kick. And the refs throw a bullshit roughing the passer call. And you know what? You don't believe me? Play that fucking clip. Let's watch this. Yeah. How the fuck was that roughing the passer? Are you kidding me? That was the most easiest, simple, textbook sack. He even like gently kind of did it so he didn't like get a call. And they still threw that shit. Are you kidding me? That flag doesn't get thrown. It's 4th down, and the Falcons kick the ball. And the Chiefs have the ball. They either score another touchdown or at the very least kick a field goal, right? And they would have took their time. They would have been pressing. Like, at the very least, let's say, okay, I'll even play devil's advocate and say that the Chiefs don't score on that drive after they get the ball back and Falcons hold them. At the very least, we would have trained the clock even more. So, but that didn't happen. They called that bullshit. So you know what that non-pass interference call was? That was evening the fucking score. That was evening the playing field. Because those fucking refs knew they fucked us and they knew they had to make it up. So kiss my fucking dick. I don't want to hear it. All you fucking crybabies. Oh, there is. Not to mention, you know what? Here's another statistic. Play this goddamn clip. Or it's not a clip. Throw that graphic up. Oh, wait. So both teams had 6 penalties each. The difference, the Chiefs with 6 penalties, 61 yards to the Falcons, 44. So tell me again, ass munches, how the refs are playing for the Chiefs, where we had more yards and penalties by almost 20 than the fucking Falcons. Okay? Kiss my ass with your bullshit narrative, because your team sucks. I'm sorry. Okay, that's 2 fucking, almost 3 first downs worth of penalties over the Chiefs. And you still couldn't win. Now let's go back to the stupid ass non-pass interference call. Again, and I'm not saying it wasn't. It was. It could have been called. But the fact is, you fuckers threw a flag earlier that shouldn't have been thrown. So to me, again, that was making it even. Okay? And the fact is, let's say they throw that pass interference call. There's no guarantee that the stupid Falcons score a touchdown. The way our defense clamps down in the red zone, at the very least, they would have got a field goal. Or they would have got really desperate, went for it on 4th down, got stuffed, and the Chiefs get the ball back anyway. You can't tell me that it was a guaranteed score, because you know it's not. There was 4 minutes left on the clock still. That was plenty of time for the Chiefs to come back and score. Even if the Falcons would have scored a touchdown, then they have to kick an onside kick that there's no guarantee they're going to get. Most teams don't. Chiefs get the ball back with 4 minutes, and you tell me they're not going to score at the very least a field goal to win the game? You can't. So stop fucking crying. Stop acting like it was 2 seconds, 3 seconds in the end of the 4th quarter, and then, if they would have won, if got the score, it would have ensured the victory. It wouldn't have. Okay, that was more than enough time. And again, you assholes got gifted a touchdown by that bullshit roughing the passer. So, and there was other calls. There was like bullshit, like a hands to the face that they called that didn't exist. they called on the Chiefs, and even to the point where Collinsworth was like questioning it. I think it was a hands in the face. I might be mistaking it for another penalty, but there was a few of them, okay, that were bullshit penalties, and you know it. So, to all the whiny crybabies, get over it, kiss my ass, get a better team, alright? We're fucking crying. It's not my fault your team suck, alright? Stop letting the Chiefs hang around. You know, again, where were you? I didn't see you guys shutting down Rashid Rice. The guy had over 100 yards in receptions. Like in yards, what are you talking about? You didn't shut his ass down. So, but you know, Mahomes had 2 touchdowns for the day, 240 something yards. What does that have to do with the fucking refs? So, suck a dick and get over it. So, in closing, again, tight game, hell of a win by your Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, it's what we do, man. It's 3-peat season, history in the making. Enjoy the ride. It's not always going to be pretty, but it ain't always going to be ugly either. It's only a matter of time before this offense starts clicking. Because this isn't like last season where the routes were there, the receivers were open, and they were just dropping it. No, like, teams been playing us tough. They're not allowing us to get off. And so it's going to take the rookie Xavier to really start to work and get open on his routes and just find a way. Kelsey's going to step up. Rice is phenomenal. He keep doing what he's doing. They're going to be just fine. The addition of Kareem Hunt is going to add another layer, another dynamic, another receiver, especially out the backfield. That's going to be an insane amount of help for Mahomes. So once that starts to fire, you're going to start to see 36, 40-point games by the Mahomies. So we got the Chargers up coming. You know, we're coming. The Chiefs coming to LA. I believe him. All right. Let me double check that. Hang on. So yeah, I was correct. Chiefs at Chargers. They're here in LA. I won't be at that game, unfortunately. Once again, wasn't really paying too close attention to the schedule. Didn't realize they were going to be in LA so soon, or I would have made arrangements to go to that game. But nonetheless, I will be enjoying the ass whooping that my Chiefs are going to put on the Chargers. And hey, who knows? This might be the game where Travis Kelce has one hell of a game. It seems to be that the Chargers supercharge Travis Kelce, and he ends up being the Charger killer and just dismantling Los Angeles as he almost always does. So don't be surprised. He might have a 3-touchdown game. So, you know, we will hopefully be seeing an appearance of El Salvador and his breakout game of the season. So we'll look forward to that. I think our offense is going to pick it up. Kareem Hunt will be ready for that game, and I don't think the Chargers are going to have an answer for him. They don't have time to prepare for him, so that's going to be a nice little secret weapon. I will give you my point prediction. I think it'll be, let's go with 33-17. Your Kansas City Chiefs putting down the Los Angeles Chargers yet again, taking their lead to 4-0 in the season, and a commanding chokehold, stranglehold, as you will, on the AFC West. You know, what else? Hopefully Xavier has a big game. It's gonna be good, folks. And I look forward to watching your Kansas City Chiefs knock the absolute dog shit out of the not-so Los Angeles Superchargers, because as we all know, it'll get handled when it gets handled. See you next week, folks.